Hello, welcome back. Today, I made a top 15 list of some 2023 guys for Notre Dame recruiting. Gonna go down the list. There's no specific order this time. 2023 is just a long ways away, and it's really hard to rank these guys. I use it off the data I have, which isn't that much, because a good bit of these guys didn't get to play their sophomore season yet. Carnell Tate, I believe. I believe Noah McConnell has not played his sophomore season yet. Jaden Wayne. So 3 of these 15 players have not played their sophomore season yet. So you can't give them a hard time. Yada yada. They'll play in the spring. We'll have a better grasp of these rankings and where they stand. Of course, the rivals in 247 2023 classes will update eventually. And we'll have more data for these lists. Arnold Tate, though, just the first guy on the list. I wouldn't call him a Notre Dame lock. The picks are primarily in for Notre Dame on 247 and on Rivals. Michigan, Ohio State, Purdue. He's a big fan of Rondell Moore. That's why Purdue's in that list. Are making a case for Carnell Tate. I think he ends up in Notre Dame 2023 class. I would not be shocked if he's their first commit. I could see him after a strong sophomore season just be like, you know what, over the summer, I like Notre Dame. He maybe got an unofficial visit in, as visits will hopefully start to pick up again in late April, and then it's a done deal. Hopefully he stays in the class, but Michigan and Ohio State are probably slightly trailing Notre Dame at this current moment. Arch Manning does not have a Notre Dame offer. A lot of these guys don't have Notre Dame offers, but one of the most talented quarterbacks in this class, and in the past few years. It's looking like Ole Miss, Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, UNC. All these schools are going to be making a run at him. Of course, Peyton went to Tennessee. Eli went to Ole Miss. His grandpa went to Ole Miss. He's from Louisiana, so LSU will probably get involved, but I like Ole Miss early. I think it could come down to a few of those schools. I think he has a very, very wide list of options, as he already does. He has 9 offers, and he's only played 2 seasons of high school football. Arch Manning has all the talent in the world. Brennan Vernon, D-end from Mentor, Ohio. Another talented guy. All the picks are in for Ohio State. Took a visit to Notre Dame. Loved it. Went to the Navy game, I believe. I think that was his first visit and his only visit, other than maybe a Michigan one late in the season. But Notre Dame's in second here. I think he's going to commit to Ohio State in the next coming months. Notre Dame will continue to recruit him. Mike Elston does a great job of that. But, I mean, it's an Ohio State to lose here. He's going to Ohio State. 5-star talent, though, and will most likely be named a 5-star at some point. Just another note on Brennan Vernon. Mac Markway, tight end from D. Summit High School, the high school of current Notre Dame wide receiver Jordan Johnson. 6'4", 250. Kid is big. Kid is strong. Alabama, Florida, Auburn, Florida State have already offered, have already gotten involved. Notre Dame will definitely be a contender if they offer. I believe they will. When that is, I don't know. So we'll see. This recruitment's all up in the air. A lot of these kids have not been offered by Notre Dame, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. And I will touch on who does and who does not. Caleb Herring, another player that has not been offered by Notre Dame. Tennessee is the leader right now. Arizona State's been making a little bit of noise, but very early recruitment from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Tennessee and linebackers to Notre Dame has been growing as Prince Collie, the lone inside linebacker Notre Dame signee, is of course from Tennessee. And just won the Butkus Award for the high school national linebacker of the year. Won 5A Tennessee State Player of the Year, which is basically the State Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year. So being an underclassman linebacker, you got to see Prince Collie and be like, wow, he's going to Notre Dame. From my state, from my area, maybe I should go there too. We'll see. Dakota Patterson, wide receiver from Corbin, Kentucky. Picture him for University of Kentucky. Doubt he goes there, but it's early. Only has 2 offers. I think he's a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie. Needs to put on some more muscle, a little bit of better weight. But he's 6'3". He has the height. Looks like he has the athleticism. He's ranked pretty highly on 247, and we'll see where this recruitment goes. These are primarily Midwest kids, if you were also wondering, just because of the trend of Midwest and Notre Dame. Especially early in 2023, there's not a lot to know. Not a lot of kids are offered by Notre Dame. Just a heads up before we keep going, Notre Dame has offered 2 South Florida kids, a running back and a wide receiver, Cedric Irvin Jr., and I forget the wide receiver's name. Those kids are both either staying down south or Cedric Irvin Jr., the running back's dad, played in the NFL and spent his collegiate days playing for Michigan State in East Lansing, Michigan. Notre Dame offered them. I don't know why they'd offer them over a guy like Drake Bowman or Chase Pasantis or John Randall Jr., 3 guys that do not have Notre Dame offers. But hey, I'm not the staff. I can't comment on that. Chase Pasantis, 6'5", 260, offensive tackle from Don Bosco Prep, plays some really, really good teams in the New Jersey area. Penn State's making some noise early. Boston College, Michigan. I believe he got his Michigan offer a while ago. I believe that was his first offer. So, of course, Michigan's high on his list. If Notre Dame were to offer, I think they get in the mix. I don't know if they land him, but they're definitely a top 3, 4 school. Drake Bowen, this is probably the guy that is a huge piece of this Notre Dame class. Not the guy, a guy. Because this 2023 class early is looking promising. Bowen is from Maryville, Indiana. If you did not know, JoJo Johnson is also from Maryville, Indiana. They go to different schools, however. But Bowen is a linebacker. Lives about an hour from South Bend. Has all the Notre Dame follows on Twitter. Follows all the Notre Dame guys. So you got to like that early. I mean, I love Drake Bowen. I think this kid is going to be really, really good. Notre Dame needs to land him. Notre Dame hopefully will offer him soon. That's key. Don't let the Ohio State and Michigan offer, and then you come in later in the picture like Caden Curry, a 2022 guy. But I like Bowen in Notre Dame, and he's very talented. He will definitely be a top 5 player in Notre Dame's class in 2023 if he were to commit and sign to Notre Dame. John Randall Jr., running back from Wichita, Kansas. Early recruitment, 7 offers. Played well last year. I'm not sure if he got a season in this year. I believe he did. I feel like Kansas is a state that would allow that, but Kansas isn't a big football recruiting state, so I don't know who's doing what in all these states. As Notre Dame rarely recruits in Kansas. I mean, it is in the Midwest. They have landed guys like Jafar Armstrong, Colin Grunhard, etc., but we'll see if John Randall gets the Notre Dame offer. If he doesn't, I like him going to a Big 12 school, maybe Oklahoma, Texas. Yeah, he could his recruitment's wide open. His recruitment's wide open, as a lot of these kids are. Nolan McConnell, DN from Stafford, Virginia, right outside D.C. Could definitely see him going to Notre Dame. Does not have an offer. Looks like in his profile picture he's taking a selfie on Snapchat. But talented kid, early recruitment. We'll see what happens in that one. Caden Proctor. This is a kid I am excited about, and that is an understatement. Proctor just looks the part. 6'7", 300 pounds as a freshman. Played a limited amount of varsity ball last year. I believe he was full-time varsity and started this year for Southeast Polk High School. Xavier Wankpa is the star player on Southeast Polk. He is a big Notre Dame 2022 target. I mentioned him in my last video. Southeast Polk is a dominant football program. And Iowa, Ohio State, and Notre Dame, just like I said for Xavier Wongpa, are probably Caden Proctor's top 3 schools. We'll see where this recruitment goes, though. Jaden Wayne, DN from Tacoma, Washington. I believe this is like the only kid from outside of the Midwest / East Coast. Yeah, he is. He's the only West Coast kid on this list. No Southwest kids. Notre Dame, Oregon, Washington are making some buzz early. Arizona State a little bit. If he values academics as most Notre Dame commits / signees do, I like him in this Notre Dame class. He's talented. He seems like a kid that could go across the country and play college and go to college. He's already big, 6'5", 240. He's everything going for him. He's, I think, top 20 on 247. And Notre Dame could really do some damage here. Del Alexander extended an offer about a month ago to Jaden Wayne. Jaden Wayne is being committed as a D end, I believe, by Notre Dame. Maybe a wide receiver as well, because Del Alexander is the wide receivers coach. But we'll see how this one plays out. Hopefully, you can get in a visit this summer or this fall or this upcoming fall and this upcoming summer. And we'll see where this plays out. It's still very early. Last 3 guys: Samuel Mpemba, wide receiver from St. Louis, Missouri. A lot of these Missouri kids end up going to Arizona State, Bama, these SEC schools. I think this is going to be in Arizona State, and whatever SEC school gets into it. I don't think Notre Dame is probably in his top 3 or 4. You never know. Some things could fall out. Some things could happen, etc. Notre Dame gets in the mix. But right now, I don't know where Mpemba's going, and I don't think Mpemba knows where he's going. Brett Norfleet, DN, 6'7", guys. 215, needs to put on a lot of weight. Goes to Francis House School in St. Charles, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. Notre Dame could easily land Brett Norfleet. Seems like a kid that values academics big time. Most of these kids do. But that's a huge piece to even get into Notre Dame. You have to be smart, you have to value academics, and you have to work hard in the classroom. Norfleet fits all those traits, and I really like him ending up in this Notre Dame class. He might be the highest ranked guy. I don't know if he's the most talented. I might rather have a guy like Drake Bowen or Carnell Tate. Personally, I think Prince Colley in the 2021 class is a top 50 player in the country. I think Prince Colley is an absolute animal. I think he's a stud. I think he's going to end up playing on Sunday. I think he's going to end up being the starting linebacker in Notre Dame and maybe even winning a Butkus Award. I think he's just a freak of nature and one of the best players that Notre Dame has landed at that position of all time. I really do. I think Prince Colley is the real deal. But to stay on Brett Norfleet, I think Norfleet's a real deal, and you'll see more of his huddle and his tape. I don't know if Missouri played fall football. I'm sorry. I believe they did. And that will definitely make a big difference in his recruitment. Last but not least, Cameron Lenhard. I think he's ranked 10th or 11th on 247's 2023 projection class, as it's so early. Penn State, Miami, Tennessee making early buzz, but far from over. It seems like a Notre Dame fit kid. Excuse me. Has all the traits. Looks like he's talented. He's 6'3", 220. Got the weight, got the height. Goes to a very good high school in Don Bosco Prep. Plays good competition in the Catholic New Jersey League, as we always talk about with Audric Estime, Stephen Angeli. There's a lot of talent there in New Jersey and a lot of Notre Dame type kids in New Jersey. So we'll see what happens in all these recruitments. A few guys I think will end up in this class. Carnell Tate at the top here. I'd go ahead and make a projection pick for Drake Bowen, even though he doesn't have the offer. I'd go ahead and say Noah McConnell. I'd go ahead and say Jaden Wayne. I'd also say Norfleet, which is a big reach. I mean, there are a lot of talent here. These are all 4 or 5-star guys. So to say that early is a big thing to say. But I'm going to say it, and we'll see what happens. Well, probably won't be talking about 2023 much on the channel here for a while, but as a lone 2023 video, I think this is good. A good little intro to who Notre Dame's looking at. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.